Hi everyone. Well, I'd said that this tutorial would be a lengthy one, and 3 lots of 10 minutes, and it was to be about a staff meeting to look at what event we've got and what is important to cover in the staff meeting in terms of various aspects of the event. When I sat down to prepare for the mini tutorial, then I found that I ended up with a list of over 80, probably heading for 100 different points about an event, staging the event, planning the event, planning for the event, and running the event, and then post-event action. And I thought the last thing that a good group of students in this class needs is for the lecturer to be almost reciting, reading, calling out a checklist of up to 100 points. So I'm changing the intention a little bit in this tutorial and want to just give you an overview of the points that I'm putting on Moodle so that you can download them, copy them, and spend some time going through them. So what in effect you're getting on Moodle is a checklist, a very full checklist for an event. Planning, putting on the event, and evaluating the event or following up the event. Now the reason for this is twofold. One, in a way it provides an anchor for the rest of the unit, and you will see how the lectures to come fit particular parts of the checklist. And two, for those of you who are staging events relatively soon, and one pair of people who had an exemption from the October expectation, but for all of you staging an event, it gives you a checklist that you can use, and it's a full checklist because some events are of a relatively large magnitude, some are not, some are small, so you will need to pick and choose, but please do go through the checklist in case there's something you haven't considered, in case there's something the organisation you work with has not considered and which you think is important, but also it will give you a sense of security as you move through and check them off. I don't mind you using the checklist if you're working with an organisation to give them a copy of. Remember, it's not complete. You could include a lot more when you think that some event management books literally have hundreds of pages. It could include more detail. Some items that I have down, for example, in preparing or planning for the event could also be as part of the event day. Some of the event day content, when you see it, could be part of the planning. You're able to move these around and you're able to make judgment calls yourself. So just some brief points in this mini tutorial before you turn to the list on Moodle that will be up today. 1. Consider carefully the planning of the event in terms of what I've got down. You'll need to have a clear operational plan, you'll need to consider safety measures, who the event is for, what sort of publicity you're going to have. So just move through the preparation part that I've put down carefully, and also look at the event day topics that I've got down as a checklist, because most of those will also arise in the planning. I've considered the fact that you're entering into a whole range of different events, and so I've widened the usual list of content for the checklist. So for example, on the event day there is a range of checks there that you may not even need, but I'd rather give a full list, or relatively full list, there's always something missed out, a relatively full list than just a brief one. And similarly with the marketing, and similarly with the evaluation of the event. The event may be small, but it will still follow the same basic checklist, it will still follow the same basic procedure. So instead of 3 lots of 10 minutes, folks, that's it for today. Remember that the points that I've set down fit today's tutorial because you would select from them the topics that you would go through with staff in an event planning meeting, but I have added to that to make a full event checklist. Please don't be put off by it because you're not going to have every one of those elements in your event. It is simply there for this event that you run, and especially for you to take with you for any event you might run in the future. As always, don't forget you can text me, call me, email me if you have any queries. So good luck, and I hope you find the checklist helpful.